What's going on, everyone? Talon here,
And Gringo.
and welcome to another random character select. So we're gonna jump in here and see who we get today. Number 3.
Oh yeah, let's roll that Hogan.
Hogan. I don't know about that. I'm not too excited if we get Hogan.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, well, I do have him at tier 2.
Yeah, so do I. Oh,
He's
see how
he's kind of a classic, so I guess that's alright.
yeah, see how he does.
Alright. Alright, and we're back. So let's go ahead and find Ant-Man.
Shouldn't be too hard, I don't think.
Oh, he's right up here as one of my tier 2s.
Same here.
Alright, so I guess let's take a look at Ant-Man here. So first we'll check out his gear. So he's a physical attack dealer, so we have either physical attack or all attack. We have some all defense. I do have that top one as energy defense by level, but that was because he had weaker energy defense, and I did that before I tier 2'd him, so it doesn't really matter that much right now. And then we just have HP and skill cooldown, and I have 2 crit rates in there for some reason. I'm probably too lazy to re-roll those.
That sounds about right for you.
Yeah. Alright, so I guess now we'll look at his skills here. I don't really remember any of them giving him the buff except for the bug squash. Gives him decreases the character size, and then it gives him an wait, what does it do? Oh yeah, decreases the enemy's character size and the enemy's attack by 10% and their defense by 10%. So kind of lowers their attack and defense. Is pretty nice. Besides that, he doesn't have any other skills that apply buffs to himself or debuffs to the enemies. For ISO 8, we have Power of the Angry Hulk, so I did that because he definitely needs to help with damage. He is a very low damage character.
I got Hawk's Eye on mine for the same reason. Still an attack set.
Yep.
Got some critical rate, critical damage, and then the dodge and cooldown is just kind of bonus.
Yeah, I basically get, instead of dodge and cooldown, I have my ignore defense for Power of the Angry Hulk. Let's see, for my Obelisk, oh, that's probably why I have crit rate on his gear, or at least why I left it there. It's because I have crit rate for my Obelisk. I have crit rate, crit damage Obelisk with a 10% when attacking to do that energy that falls on your head for 200% of energy damage.
Yeah, mine's just max HP plus 22%, and then when HP is below 50%, invincible for 4 out of every 10 seconds.
Okay, well, I guess when in between is tier 2 procking, you can have the invincibility, which is nice. Alright, so Ant-Man is definitely one of those characters that is mediocre at tier 1, and then when he gets to tier 2, all of a sudden he becomes a really useful character, or at least a very survivable character. He has high survivability.
So less mediocre.
Yes, exactly. It's the only problem is his damage output. It's
pretty bad.
Ridiculously low. So for those that don't know, let's just take a look at his tier 2 just so you can go over it a little bit. It's basically guaranteed dodge. That's all he gets for his tier 2, and he gets 87% guaranteed dodge for 20 seconds out of the 30 seconds for the cooldown, so you have 10 seconds of downtime. But that 10 seconds can go by pretty fast when his 4th skill that he buzzes around just hitting the enemy lasts for like 5 seconds. So what else do we have to go over? Let's take a look at his uniform here. So I have the Civil War uniform for him. I upgraded it just once to get that extra skill cooldown. It looks like I can upgrade it again if I get his bios, so I need some more Ant-Man bios and I can upgrade it one more time. Besides that, I went with this uniform because I liked the all attack and immune to guard break, whereas the other uniform was just increased dodge rate, which if you have them at tier 2, you don't really need that extra dodge rate. But you do get a 10% all attack, so kind of the trade-off between the uniforms is you get more attack with this uniform, but you don't get the immune to guard breaks like this uniform, and your all attack on the other uniform is timed. So it's for 20 seconds you have the all attack, and it's on the 30-second cooldown. So it's kind of the same as is tier 2. You have 10 seconds of downtime where you don't get that 10% all attack, whereas the 3% all attack is active all the time. And personally, I just love the immune to guard break, so I try to get that on any character I can, really. Alright, so my Ant-Man, he's at about 32% skill cooldown, so it's getting there. If we had our alliance bonuses, that would be pretty close to 50% actually. And my ignore defense, I only got up to 25%. Ideally, you want that, of course, at 50% to get the max right there. And for Ant-Man, especially, that's probably going to be a priority because his damage is pretty low. But I may change out this Obelisk in the future, but for right now, having the combo of crit rate and crit damage is enough for him to get a little extra damage, whereas I don't necessarily need that ignore defense. So, I'm going to go ahead and check out World Boss now.
Oh yeah, I'm already loading mine.
No. Alright, well, let's hop in here. I'm probably just going to use the classic Team Pim.
Yep, that's what I rolled with. Oops, I just switch right there.
Alright, where did Yellow Jacket go? Why did I miss him? Oh, he was right next to Giant Man when I clicked on him. Alright, I guess we're just going to go with Giant Man for the extra HP for leadership.
Also what I went with.
Alright, let's go ahead and see if Ant-Man has enough damage to take out Proxima with no strikers here. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I just threw damage strikers into mine. Just to get that little bit of extra damage. I don't plan on using the co-op button, but...
Well, I might need to. I'm just doing this to see if he can even do enough damage.
I'm a minute in, and she's at about half health.
Alright.
But I'm also starting to get hit, too.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you're running away when your tier 2 is not working. Like there, my tier 2 is about to end, so it's time to run around for a little bit, and we're gonna go use the 4th skill. Buy us some time. And then we're gonna go ahead and use that 2 skill to dart out of there, and then we just wait for the 4th skill to come back. Yeah, it might take Ant-Man a little while to beat Proxima. His damage is pretty bad. I might have to use this co-op skill. Let's see what I get. His co-op skill is the 4th skill. Okay. That's good to know, because I can use that actually when I'm in between tier 2s, because that'll get me 2 4 skills to buy me some time. And this is kind of the same strategy you're going to use with tier 1 Ant-Man to do world bosses, is you pretty much just want to be using his 4th skill. So you're pretty much only going to be using his 4th skill and like the team ups and relying on strikers. Because he can clear the world bosses at tier 1, it just takes a lot longer, and you're going to want to rely on your strikers. For the damage, that is. We're getting there. It's 2 minutes in, but he's got her down to the last about 25% of her health. So he's actually doing a little better than I thought. I thought it was going to take him like the full 5 minutes to beat her without damage strikers, but it looks like he's going to prove me wrong.
Yeah, I got her at about 236, I think it said.
Nice. We're getting there. Now it's time to run around for a little bit. Ow. getting clipped while running around. Not good. As you can see, without his tier 2 active, he does not have much survivability. He cannot take a hit, because it seems like one hit and his health is, like, gone. Alright, so there we go. So we were able to beat Proxima. No damage strikers and no damage leadership, and he did it in 2.5 minutes. 2 minutes, 31 seconds. So that's actually not bad. It might help that I have his uniform upgraded at least 1 level. And besides that, I'm not sure what else is contributing to his damage except for that crit rate and crit damage. So, quite happy with that actually, because I remember having a very, very hard time, even with my tier 2 Ant-Man, beating like floor, was it like 6 or 7 in Shadowland with this, what do you call it, the Blast, Rally with Star-Lord, Rocket Raccoon, and Iron Man, and who's the other one? Vision. Because he didn't have enough damage. Literally, I would run out of time. And
that's what I would do too.
It'd be kind of annoying, so I'd have to give him War Machine's damage leadership so with that he can do the extra damage. So, Ant-Man was once very highly recommended tier 2 back in the day. Now he's just, his damage is so low compared to all the others that there's definitely a lot better options to use your tier 2 material on, so...
Yeah, now that everybody has a tier 2, Ant-Man's kind of falling behind the pack.
Yeah, so...
Maybe he'll eventually get like a little rework or a new costume or something that ups his damage, but...
Yeah, it's mainly his damage, because he's still one of the top survivability characters in the game, so...
Oh, absolutely. That could probably be why they gave him low damage.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, so... Definitely Ant-Man is... But he is a very easily farmed character, so that's one thing that you have going for him, is that you can definitely farm his bios very easily from the Dimension Rifts, and then that'll help you get his gear to tier 2, get his gears to 20s really fast, and then you can get the 150 bios. And if you happen to have extra Black Antimatter and Chaos Nordstones, and you have a already pretty solid built tier 2 roster, then he could be an option for you as another character to throw in the mix for either a support character in Shadowland, or just if you want to have a character just to play with more for fun than just get like a fast clear and stuff like that.
So do you want to explain how to get that tier 2 gear that you just mentioned?
Well, with this upcoming update,
that would be interesting if you can get the gear up to like level 40 and maybe they add tier 3s eventually or something.
I kind of think they might do something along those lines. Since we now have shield level 70, maybe they might raise the characters' levels from 60 to 70 or something like that. I don't know. A little boost to them if they add like harder content, that is, because if they keep the current content, I don't see them really doing any kind of damage boosts to the characters.
Yeah, they'd need to add like a new set of world bosses or something.
Which would be really nice to see. I welcome that for sure.
Yeah, it'd definitely be refreshing.
So, yeah, so I guess that's going to be it for Ant-Man. You have anything you want to add about Ant-Man?
No, I think I'm good on Ant-Man.
Was he your first tier 2? Let's see about that.
No. I remember my first tier 2, and it was a disappointment right after.
Oh, okay. Well, he was actually my first tier 2, so that's something.
I will...
My very first tier 2 in the game.
I will put up my characters right here. Okay, out of the tier 2 characters I have on my screen right now, one of those characters was my first tier 2, other than unlocking the Black Order characters.
Well, we had
this is the first character I tier 2'd myself, and I thought he was going to make them better. I thought it was going to like get them like above where they were, and no, they're just awful. So if anybody wants to guess in the comments below which one my first tier 2 was, I welcome you to guess that. And if you're right, I'll let you know and I'll give you props on it.
Alright. Well, it was kind of funny. While you were doing that, I actually had a YouTube comment pop up on my screen there. I didn't read it. I kind of swiped it away really fast. But
did they already guess what my tier 2 was?
I don't know.
I was like, we're not even streaming right now.
I'm kind of...
Somebody already got it right.
I'm kind of curious to see what the comment said now.
That'd be funny.
I wonder if I should check what it says. Let's see. Oh, no, the notification is gone. I can't tell. Well, that's going to be it then for this podcast. And like Gringo said, guess what his first tier 2 was, and let's see how many of you actually get it right.
I don't think it's going to be terribly hard to guess with the characters that are on this, but give it your best shot. Let's see what we got.
All right, so that's going to be it for this podcast. Hopefully you learned something about Ant-Man, and now we have a tweet coming out. What is going on with all these notifications right now? I should put my phone on like do not disturb or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Let's wrap this up before I get another notification, and we will
just text you right now.
yeah, and we will catch you in the next one.
See you later, guys.